Hi there, I'm Sylvia Worsham, your host of Focus Fridays. Welcome to today's Focus Friday, where the focus is on limiting beliefs and how they can keep you stuck in a life you don't want. The following story is my story being bullied in high school and how the limiting belief of I am second choice has impacted all the relationships in my life with men. Most importantly, in my second marriage. The words, I am beautiful, was not something I could tell myself before I took Transform You 45 Days to Successful Habits last year. I couldn't look in a mirror and tell myself those words without first snickering or not believing it at all. That belief came from the years of being bullied, not just by girls, but by boys too. The following story is very raw and real. But I'm going to share it with you today in the hopes that it will help someone out there feel less alone and understand how these limiting beliefs can truly keep you stuck in your life. And if you don't identify them and understand how to uproot them, they can really ruin your life if you allow those patterns of behavior to continue. I was a sophomore in high school. And a boy from my own class had asked me to the homecoming dance. You have to know how important this was to me. I had never been accepted by my generation before, ever. So I remember getting home that day and telling my mom all about it, and we made plans to go get the dress and the shoes. Only 2 days before the dance, the boy walked up to me and said, I'm not going to take you to the dance. My grandmother's sick. But the truth was, a truth that the whole school knew at this point, he had asked another girl to the dance. You see, I had been his second choice all along, and when something better had come along, he had picked it. I remember getting into my mother's car that afternoon and sobbing, truly sobbing in her arms. And my mom, being the wise woman that she's always been, said, Sylvia, you have two choices. You can either become their victim, or you can choose to face your bullies and go to that dance. She said, either way, I'm going to love you no matter what. I'm proud of you and I love you. But it's your choice. After I calmed down, I realized she was right. I needed to face my bullies. I still had to go back to the same school and be with the same people. And this was going to be a better solution for me than to become their victim forever. So my mom called one of her best friends up and talked to her son, who was much older than I was. And even though he had a girlfriend at the time, the girlfriend said, you need to take her, Danny. You do. You need to take her to that dance. She needs to face her bullies. So Danny, wherever you're out there, thank you so much for always being the great man you've been, because you helped this young girl become who she is today, and I really appreciate your help in this. Well, Danny decided to take me to the dance, and I had the best time of my life. The best time of my life. I danced, I laughed all day, all night. But even though I was able to face my bullies at one time, the unconscious mind, the way it works, is it takes all that information in and it creates these limiting beliefs. And the limiting belief that it had created from these experiences had been, I am second choice to men. I'm men's second choice. Well, in my second marriage, I had always believed that I had been my husband's second choice. I didn't understand where that came from, but I just felt it, and it felt real to me. And that's how limiting beliefs operate inside the unconscious mind. You get these feelings and you really believe it's real. But the truth is, those are lies based on these experiences you have in life. So in reflection on Sunday of this past week, I too am taking the Transform You 45 Days to Successful Habits program from the Growth You team, along with mastermind attendees that I am coaching throughout a 6-week program. But as a participant of the program for a second time around, I'm having these patterns show up. And in deception, which is a cycle of growth that can keep you stuck forever, which is where I had been with this belief, it had kept me stuck in my relationships. I realized in reflection that I had been accepting the lies that the unconscious mind had told me, which was I am second choice to him. But the truth was totally different. My husband had always shown me I had been his first choice, only I never believed him. But it was based on my own limiting beliefs. And the reason why we call it limiting beliefs is because it limits your potential of having an amazing life. In that morning of reflection, and understanding why I had been triggered and how that was connected to my marriage and my relationships, I decided in that moment to tell myself a different story. Because you can incorporate self-talk that actually serves your vision for your life. And my vision for my relationships was harmony and love and understanding and a partnership and mastering marriage and all this beautiful vision that limiting belief was not serving anymore. So I decided to change it because I have that choice. My conscious mind can choose now that I've become aware of that limiting belief. So I have now shifted that into an affirmation of I am my husband's first choice. It has made me happier, even in the last week. Understanding how this limiting belief had such drastic measures on my life in general, and how it can for you as well. So my challenge to everyone listening today is this. Apply the law of reflection in your life daily. Journal, meditate, pray, whatever works for you. Ask yourself the hard questions, and then lean in and listen. You might be surprised what you hear and what you find out when you observe and learn instead of judging yourself and others. I'm Sylvia Worsham, your empowerment coach, sales master trainer, and keynote speaker. Thank you so much for tuning in to Focus Fridays. Have a wonderful week. Goodbye now.